Stan Lee, I've heard so much about this man. I've never really looked into him until I came across this post that shows this sad, but to juxtapose this to the people, specifically women. And there's some men that say this too. Both genders are crazy for even considering something like this, that I don't want to be married. I don't want a family. I just want to make money and live comfortably until something like this happens. Now consider that Stan Lee is the co-creator of many of Marvel's. I've lost mine. Many of Marvel's most iconic characters: Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, Iron Man, the Hulk, Thor, the X-Men, Daredevil, Black Panther, and the Avengers. Now, the reason why this is so interesting to me is consider these things that he's created and consider how much money these entities have made from his creations. Crazy. Now, going back to the video, I want to link an article about all of this that is actually going to blow your mind a little bit about how all of this came together. Now, mind you, Stan Lee died about 4 or 5 years ago. So ripe old age, he was an old man. Again, consider that old people are treated horribly. People often think that when you're older and you have money, you have caretakers, you'll be good. You just do whatever you want. Anyone can take care of you. You got people coming in and out of your home doing whatever. Just consider this stark picture of what America is, or any society in general. Any society. Consider this stark picture of your future, especially when it's not family. It's funny though, because even family will sometimes do this to you. But just keep that in mind as you're watching this.
Now, are you ready to give a riveting speech? You're going to change lives.
I thought I was finished with that. What do I have to do now?
You know, did you see the guy's arm? He was like, are you ready to give a riveting speech? Like, he's talking to him as though someone who isn't 100% aware, someone who isn't 100%. And if my friend talked to me like that, I'd be like, bro, are you okay? Why are you like, what is that? What is that? But remember the dynamic between the people working for him and how he's basically just a paycheck at this point. Now, he's giving a speech somewhere, and these are his final years. These are the people in his inner circle. So just keep that in mind. And he says, what do I have to do now? He doesn't even know what he's doing here. It's a documentary. I've yet to see the documentary, but this clip was wild.
It's never over.
You what? I said I thought I was finished, but apparently I'm not.
No. Once we're done, we'll get out of here.
Now, what do I do here?
Same thing, talk about you. We'll make some new questions.
But I don't have the...
Yes, you will. Yes.
You get your money's worth out of me.
Every single penny.
Dang, that's dark. That's dark. That's dark. That takes some balls to say something to someone like that. He said, you get your money's worth out of me. He said, every single penny. That's dark. Oh my goodness. As someone who considers even old people to be humans, no matter how degenerative their mental health has become because of Alzheimer's, dementia, generally old age, sometimes their memory fails them. For this guy to acknowledge just straight up every single penny, dude, that's dark. I could sit here for like 10 minutes and just think, you make all this money in a time where it's most important for you to celebrate and enjoy it with your family. Mind you, he only had one child and his wife already passed away. To all the people out there who are saying things like, why would you want such a big family? Family is so expensive. It's more expensive when you're near the end of your life. It's more expensive to not have a bigger family when you're at the end of your life. Way more expensive. We're not even just talking money at that point. We're talking your mental health. We're talking how you're treated. We're talking how you're taken care of. We're talking people thinking about you in a genuine way, like they want to love you. Like, yeah, dad or mom raised us with so much care, made sure we never went without, always made sure that we were good, did the best they could for us. You want those people around you. You want those people around you. You don't want people who you could pay $300,000 to be around you because they're just there for the paycheck at the end of the day. I know a few home nurses that do their job really well. Just a few. This isn't a trust me bro moment. This is a go look it up statistics moment. Most in-home nurses don't give a crap about you. Whenever you're aged to this level, you have to consider anyone in your corner that's not your kids or your spouse, potential risk to be exploited. And I think that's what happened to Stan Lee. We're going to get in a little bit into the article just to give you guys a quick overview of what happened to him. But I think he's a stark understanding of why it's important to have a really good family structure and stop saying BS like kids are too expensive. Because like I said, this is far more expensive, dude. And the sad part about it is this is normal in the American culture. Like there's no kind of standard for the people who take care of you. Like a third party who has no skin in the game. Like I am just here to observe how you're taken care of. Maybe camera set up, maybe a third party following you around. None of that. None of that. It's just whomever comes in your circle, they build that trust with you. And then they simply take advantage of you at the end of the day because it's just a paycheck.
Penny, like 5 pennies.
Did that guy just say 5 pennies worth?
Penny, like 5 pennies.
Scumbags. So this article came out in September of 2023 by an estate planning attorney. So these guys deal with all the money, all the millions of dollars that people have to deal with after or even before you pass away. I totally forgot to pull up these comments. Someone said, this hurts. Elder abuse happens way too often, but to see the great Stan Lee treated as anything other than a hero is depressing. Yeah, because you can never be a hero to a nurse or to an inner circle person who's just there for a job. You're not their hero. They're there for a job. If we could get someone who considered you a hero to come take care of you when you're older, it would be the same thing. It would literally turn into the same problem because they would see the human side of you. They would see the rawness of aging, diminishing mental state, a whole bunch of stuff that, frankly speaking, it's better to stay a hero from a distance. We're just humans. They said behind the legend was an elderly man who deserved dignity, care, and a sad reminder that fame and success don't protect people from abuse or exploitation. Yeah, even from within the family. But the family is your best bet against this. Because at least if you have a bigger family, you have more people who have more sense than others. You always have the people in the family who are just there for the money. But then you always have those people in the family who care for you deeply. And that's what you want. He didn't have that. So when you hear all these people today saying, I don't want a family, I don't want a big family, anyone who has over 4 or 5 kids, you're insane. Why would you have so many kids? The world is so sad. You're going to be sad. He said, in fact, it tends to make people exploit them more. Yes, because they have more resources. Someone else said, out of the loop here, but couldn't he just say, I'm good to all of this? Was it not his choice to participate in these things? And then they replied, it's called elder abuse because it's targeting demographic that isn't really capable of protecting themselves anymore. They could have mental or physical issues that are making them dependent on others. And if their support turn out to be bad people, you're screwed. Unless someone saves them, there isn't much they can do. Absolutely. That's the danger. That's why you want this to be a family thing. That's why you want to bring your kids in. That's why you want to care for your kids and teach them the ways so that when they grow up, they're not going wherever. But this is the American culture for kids to just grow up and say, okay, I'm going to go work in Idaho. See you, mom and dad who live in Washington State. Dang, that sucks. That's a piece of the culture that I wish will change. But based on how the economy works and jobs and all of these other factors, it's just not going to work well. Someone said he was under contracts. He didn't really negotiate himself or understand anymore at that point. His financials were pretty much completely out of his control. One of the warring factions over his estate and care at the time accused one of his handlers of selling his blood. To be honest, I'd believe it. Because this is just so bad. Okay, so back to the article that absolutely blew my mind. So it says, with Lee's death, his daughter, Joanne Celia Lee, known as JC, inherited his estate, but continued to pursue various legal actions attempting to get everything that's mine. Yes, technically it is yours, but remember, every single penny also belongs to some of these people in his inner circle. That's the problem. It says in this part, in Lee's final years, he reportedly endured elder abuse and financial manipulation from those closest to him. Excuse the quality of my image. This website is making my computer chug really hard. It'll get better. I'll stop sharing very soon. After his passing, his daughter JC continued navigating legal battles to secure her father's legacy. She shared her dreams with AARP of opening a museum, creating a restaurant, and erecting a monument to honor her father's work. However, some legal pursuits, such as a claim against POW Entertainment over her father's intellectual property, were dismissed as meritless, with the family facing substantial sanctions. So obviously there were people within his inner circle, people who knew that she's going to want what's rightfully hers, to be completely honest with you. And they were making it difficult for her. So this is the part that hits really hard. In a declaration filed in early 2018, Lee described his daughter's high spending, including monthly credit card charges totaling $40,000 a month, and his concerns that disputes over money might lead to intense arguments. He worried she might be financially unstable without proper safeguards in place. The document also named individuals whom Lee believed had undue influence over his daughter and were attempting to control his estate. Obviously. So down here it says a lawsuit filed before his death alleged that two individuals in his circle exploited him financially, seeking personal gain. At the end of the day, I think this was a really sad way to go out. He didn't have a big family. He didn't have the love around him. To me, this situation speaks exactly why having a big family is such a big deal. Because then your chances of having people who genuinely care about you are around you. You're able to have more control. Say if you have 5 kids and all 5 kids want your money. Sure, there's going to be some internal conflicts, but at least it's internal. It's still ugly. There's still going to be some bloodshed, but at least it's my kids fighting over the thing that I've worked so hard for and I'm leaving behind. Not some schmuck from my inner circle who does my makeup for me to go on camera. Not some clown who makes my schedule and I have no idea where I'm going. I'd rather my kids fight over that. If you got some value out of this, I'd appreciate a like, subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.